Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's been buzzing for years, cryptocurrency. You've probably heard words like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and blockchain, but what does it all actually mean? Is it the future of money, or just a digital gamble? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of the crypto world. So, let's start at the very beginning. What is cryptocurrency? Simply put, it's a digital or virtual currency that's secured by cryptography, which makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit or double spend. Think of it like digital cash, but it isn't issued by any central authority, like a government or a bank. This decentralized nature is one of its most defining features. The first, and still most famous, cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. It was created back in 2009 by an anonymous person or group of people known as Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody knows who Satoshi really is, which just adds to the mystery. The goal was to create a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, a way for people to send money directly to each other without needing a middleman like a bank. Now, how does all this work without a bank keeping track of everything? The magic ingredient is a technology called blockchain. Imagine a digital ledger, like a giant, public spreadsheet. Every time a transaction happens, it's recorded as a block of data. This block is then chained onto the previous block, creating a long, continuous chain of all transactions ever made. This chain isn't stored in one central place. Instead, it's distributed across thousands of computers around the world. This makes it incredibly secure. To alter a transaction, you'd have to change that block and every single block that came after it on thousands of computers simultaneously. It's practically impossible, which is what makes the blockchain so trustworthy and transparent. Of course, when most people talk about crypto, they're often talking about it as an investment. And what a roller coaster it's been. We've all heard the stories. People who bought Bitcoin for pennies in the early days and became millionaires overnight. But for every success story, there are also tales of people who invested at the peak of a price surge, only to see their savings wiped out when the market crashed. The price of crypto is famous for its volatility, its dramatic ups and downs. This high-risk, high-reward nature has made some people incredibly rich, while others have lost a fortune. This brings us to a key question. What's the real difference between using cryptocurrency and using a traditional bank? With a bank, your money is held by a central institution. They verify transactions, secure your funds, and if you lose your password, you can usually call them up to reset it. With crypto, you are your own bank. You have full control over your money, which is empowering, but it also means you have full responsibility. If you lose your access keys, your funds could be lost forever. So how do you actually send crypto to someone? It's a bit like sending an email. Every user has a unique address, which is a long string of letters and numbers. To send crypto, you use your private key, a secret password, to authorize a transaction from your address to someone else's. This transaction gets broadcast to the network, and once it's verified and added to the blockchain, the transfer is complete. This can happen in minutes, anytime, anywhere in the world, without needing a bank's approval or paying hefty international transfer fees. You might have also heard the term crypto mining. What's that all about? Well, remember those new blocks being added to the blockchain? Mining is the process that makes it happen. Miners use powerful computers to solve complex mathematical puzzles. The first miner to solve the puzzle gets to add the next block of transactions to the chain. As a reward for their work and the electricity they used, they receive a certain amount of new cryptocurrency. This is how new coins are created and how the network remains secure. If you want to own crypto, you'll need a place to store it. This is where crypto wallets come in. There are two main types: hot wallets and cold wallets. A hot wallet is connected to the internet. Think of apps on your phone or software on your computer. They are super convenient for daily use, making it easy to send, receive, and trade crypto. The downside is that since they're online, they are more vulnerable to hacking and theft. On the other hand, a cold wallet is completely offline. These are typically small hardware devices, like a USB stick. Because they aren't connected to the internet, they are considered much more secure for storing large amounts of crypto long-term. The trade-off is that they're less convenient. To make a transaction, you have to plug the device into a computer. So, hot wallets are like your everyday spending wallet, and cold wallets are like your high-security savings vault. Now, let's talk about those wild price swings. Why does the price of crypto rise and fall so dramatically? It mostly comes down to supply and demand. The supply of many cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin, is limited. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin in existence. When demand for it goes up, maybe because of positive news, a big company starting to accept it, or just general hype, the price increases. Conversely, if there's bad news, like a government crackdown or a major security breach, people might sell off their holdings, causing the price to drop. It's also a relatively new market, so it's much more susceptible to speculation and market sentiment than traditional assets like stocks or gold. So let's wrap this all up. What are the pros and cons of cryptocurrency? On the good side, it offers decentralization, meaning no single entity controls it. Transactions can be faster, cheaper, and more direct, especially across borders. And it provides financial access to people in countries with unstable banking systems. It puts you in control of your own money. However, there are significant downsides. The price volatility makes it a risky investment. The space is still largely unregulated, which can attract scammers and fraudulent projects. The technology can be complex for beginners, and if you make a mistake, like losing your private keys, there's no customer service to call. Plus, the environmental impact of crypto mining, particularly for Bitcoin, is a major concern due to the massive amount of energy it consumes. In the end, cryptocurrency is a fascinating and revolutionary technology with the potential to change how we think about money and finance. But it's also a new and volatile frontier. Whether it becomes a mainstream part of our lives or remains a niche asset for investors is a story that is still being written. I hope this gave you a clearer picture of the world of crypto. It's a huge topic, and we've only scratched the surface, but now you've got the fundamentals down. What are your thoughts on cryptocurrency? Are you an investor, a skeptic, or just curious? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into interesting topics. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.